Hi, it's Kelly Martin. It's been a while since I've made any kind of video. I want to say hi, hello. Yeah, we've gone back to the terrible lighting, the terrible quality, but at least it's a video, so we're not going to worry about all the rest of it. Things that are different. My hair is a different color now. Yeah, so that's about the only difference. There's been a lot of differences, a lot of changes. So, Priscilla, she messaged me and she was like, "Hey, are you okay? You've not made a video in a while." And I'm like, "I've not made a video in a while." I wasn't really sure exactly what to make a video about, but since it's the end of the year, that means I can do an end of the year wrap up. If you see that, that's Christmas presents. So, so I'm gonna do an end of the year kind of a wrap up, kind of a talking about the year, things that happened, didn't happen this year. And I'm also um, going to lead up to a video I'm going to do in January. My plan right now is to have at least one video a month. I have them planned, but you know how that goes. Plans change constantly. So the plan right now is to have at least one video a month for you. So I'm going to start talking. Um, just talking, I guess. So 2022 was the worst year I've ever had in publishing. Um, I sold the least amount of books that I've ever sold, and I had the least amount of reviews of new books that I've ever had, and I put out the least amount of books that I've ever had. So there was a lot of reasons for that, but 2022 was a bit of a transition year apparently for me in the book world. So in April, The Bad Ones came out. It was my middle grade. It was it's still out there. It's the sequel to Fake Nora. It's published in Monster Ivy Publishing. Hello to them. People were asking for Jesse's story, what happened at the end of Fake Nora, and that's where The Bad Ones came in. I've had some a group of school kids who had read Fake Nora. I got to be interviewed by them, which was really fun. And some of them are going to read, The Bad Ones next. So I'm excited for that. I love The Bad Ones. I love Jesse's story. And, it only has like 9 reviews. But that's okay because it's okay. And then in August, I released a book called Sally Comes Home. And I really like Sally Comes Home. It is got one of the coolest twists I think I've ever came out with, but it just wasn't the greatest selling book ever. And I know it was my fault because I didn't really know how to market it. It came out at a very weird time because it came out in August and I actually quit my job in August. I've been a teacher for 19 years and 1 month, and I turned in my resignation August the 1st, and I started working at a different company. I'm a developmental therapist for babies ages 0 to 3 to 4 years old. Absolutely love it. I liked teaching. I love the babies. My kids, I taught pre-K special ed for 16 years. I had the 4-year-olds and loved the babies. Loved it. So now I'm working as a developmental therapist. So I go and we do developmental things, early intervention with babies through age 3 and 4. So it's a little bit of a different. I've not had a new job in 20 years, so that was different. I also got another part-time job I'm also an RBT, which is a registered behavior technician. I work at a behavior clinic on the weekend, sometimes during the week if I have a day that I don't see other kids. Um, I'm at the clinic too, so I have a new full-time job, a new part-time job. I'm also doing more ghostwriting. I'm also doing more developmental editing. So, oh, and I'm also teaching out school now. So many new things like in the world part of me, just not in the writing part. And I have, dark hair now. So that's the biggest thing. Um so anyway, that's been a lot. Oh yeah, and in January I had a hysterectomy. It's been all different this year, guys. The whole year. January I had the hysterectomy, which is the greatest thing ever. But it's not like it's easy to recover from that. A lot. It's not hard to recover from it, but you don't feel good, and you feel better than you did before you had the hysterectomy. But it just takes a lot. You have a lot of patience with yourself to recover. I did not have that much patience. But I was out of work from teaching for 8 weeks, and then, like I said, I quit in first. I quit like the very first day we came back from service. I had a job interview the Friday before, and then we went back on Monday because I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. And then they called Monday and was like, "You have the job," and I was like, "Yay!" So then I taught another month to keep, so they would have time to find somebody to replace me. Anyway, this is not, I guess it's a 2022 wrap up, not just a book wrap up, but I guess that kind of adds to what's been going on. And then I started at the developmental therapy and behavior RBT. Anyway, I won't have to quit moving my hands because I know that's annoying. Okay, so book wise was not great. I don't know if it was a me thing. I'm sure it was a me thing because the only two books I put out was the bad ones, which is a middle grade. It's a middle grade sequel, which is not gonna probably sell that great if it's not like a big, series. And then Sally Comes Home, which came out in August, which, like I said, was when everything went topsy turvy at my house. When I got a new job, when I got 2 new jobs, when I quit teaching that I've been teaching forever, and then having to get used to another new job and, different things. It's a big, life change, and my oldest daughter's a senior this year, so getting, doing all that, it's a bit. And then starting out school and developmental editing and ghostwriting and, all the things. So I have excuses. I don't like having excuses though, because I feel like I've let readers down because I don't have a lot of books for you, and I just hope that I'm not, forgotten. I don't want to be forgotten. So yeah, I do have plans for 2023. You know how that goes. I had plans for 2022. I was going to do the vampire series. I went back and watched my 2022 goals video, and I was going to have that vampire series out, which I wrote the first book of it, and I was going through and editing it, and I liked it, but it wasn't like something that I wanted to just keep putting out, and so I decided against it. And then I had a Christmas book that I was going to put out, like a Santa slasher book, and that is coming out actually. That's coming out in July. It's going to be Christmas in July because I could have done it as a short story, but I thought it needed more so it could, be more. So that's going to come out in July. I have, okay, no, I'm not going to tell you the whole plan because that's going to be a whole nother video. but I'd have a plan. I have I have the plan in a Google Calendar, so that means something, right? Um, my whole hopefully it won't be as crazy next year. Just for me personally, my family. You know, I don't know. We didn't plan it this way, but it's our kids. They turn 18, 16, and 13 next year. You know, the big change numbers are next year. So that's going to be something. Uh, so, anyway, the point of this is I didn't hit any goal in writing for 2022 that I had said that I wanted to hit in 2022. I didn't put out the vampire book. I didn't put out the Santa Claus book. I didn't put out any other book that I said I was going to put out. I put out Sally Comes Home, which I absolutely love, and it's got like 4 reviews, but that's okay. Came out in August. We covered why I didn't go over that too well. And then I had the bad ones that came out, which I know why it didn't do great either. I mean, just because of what it is, it's a middle grade, it's a sequel. The people who've read it liked it, and that's what matters. Same thing with Sally Comes Home. The people who read it are like, oh, and that's all you can ask for, right? Oh, something cool did happen this year. So, a lot of cool things happened this year. It's not just weird things happen. Cool things happen. I'm just saying it's been different. It's been a lot of adjustments. So, I actually watched the Saw movies. And if you have been here, you know I write horror, obviously, but I don't like gore. I don't like watching gory movies, so I never watched Saw. But I wanted to watch Saw. Like I've been wanting to for years. And then I saw it on Hulu, and I was like, I need to watch Saw. And I was telling my friend Jen, and I was like, I need to watch Saw. And she was like, that's my favorite horror series. And I was like, I need to watch. She's like, it's like a soap opera. I'm like, I love soap operas. So I was into it. So I watched them. I watched the first one. I thought I had. And then I was reading all like the synopsises, and Saw 4 seemed like the most interesting. So I watched Saw 4 before I watched the rest of them, which is not something you should do. But I enjoyed it, and it made me want to watch all of them. So anyway, I posted about it on Twitter, and the writer of Saw 4 talked about it. He like replied. I didn't like add him or anything. I just like was talking about watching Saw 4, and he like replied, and it was like the coolest thing ever. And I like fangirl. I was so excited, so excited. So yeah, I was telling Jen, I was telling her about it. She's so excited about the cool things that happen, even when you're not putting as many books out or you're not getting as many sales. The cool things that actually happen online can be super cool, like super cool. Publishing has its ups and downs, and it's what happens, and it's just the not giving up. That's the good part. So I do have plans for next year. I do hope there is a Christmas in July. Um, I have ideas of what I want to do, and we'll see if it actually happens. So, if you want to know, if you want to keep up with all that, be sure to subscribe. One of my goals this year, as it is every year, is to hit 1,000 subscribers. It ain't happened yet, but it will someday. Maybe if I keep making videos. Ring the notification bell. You will know if I make when I upload new videos, not if, when. I have a lot of books out in the world. A lot. You can find them all on Amazon. All the links will be in the description. That sounds so weird to say because I've not said it in so long. Guys, I'm going to go. I hope you have a fantastic day. I can't wait to see you in my 2023 video where I talk about what I'm going to do for the year. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to see if I actually did it. Unlike this year where I didn't, but things happened. So it's fine. Bye.